Welcome back to another clay video. Today we are going to create the world map from Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Let's start things out with this paper printout of our world. Using this, we can get the correct shape of the ocean, and we can also cut out some of the larger land masses and use these as a stencil to make sure that all of the islands end up being the correct size and shape. When creating a map like this, you're very limited on space, so any type of mistake can quickly turn into a disaster. Most of the islands are pretty simple, but this middle one is very intricate. I've used the same cutouts on some green to create the grass, and now we can use these cutouts again to place it onto the map and make sure that everything's in the correct place. Over here we have a little bit of a sand bank. And then we can use my trademark Caribix bush technique. Basically, I've just adapted this over time because there's not really another way to create bushes and trees this tiny. Now let's take these bushes and start decorating our island. This area over here has a bit of a darker green to help it stand out, and after we've got these all together, we can smash them down to blend it just a little bit better. Now we have these little chestnut guys. I love this game, it was a ton of fun to play, but give me a break, it was over 20 years ago, so the details are a little bit hazy. With our little chestnut guys in place, we can move on to our next detail, which is Hoo Hoo Mountain. Yes, Hoo Hoo Mountain. You can't exactly forget that name. For this area, I've randomly stacked up a bunch of stones, and right in front of it we have a tiny monument with a tiny little statue. Mapping out waterways is one of my favorite things to do in these videos, so I was super excited to see that there is a bunch of waterfalls. And I'll just let this part speak for itself. In the back of the map, we need to create this jagged dirt area. And on top of that, let's add a nice slab of rock. To make it look more natural, I'll stack up some rocks on the side of it. Finally, we have some little craters over here. And yeah, it's been a while, 10 months to be exact. In this time, I created a little bit more details, and I guess I forgot to record that. It's a new year, I'm a new donut, it's time to rid myself of the fear of painting. So instead of clay, I'm gonna paint all of the pathways on this map. Basically, I got really burnt out from making videos and I took, let's say, an extended break. In this time away, I expected I was not gonna make any more videos, so I sold my camera. My videos moving forward from now are going to be filmed on my phone, which is these clips you're seeing now, and honestly, I don't see much of a difference, so it's kind of a win-win. Because the camera was so big and bulky, using a phone is just way more convenient and easy to use. Let's get back to the clay creating. Here I'm making some tiny little skulls, and luckily these are pretty easy because they're flat. If this was a fully 3D skull, however, I would have some trouble. Then I can use this paper star to create some clay stars. We need to create some tiny little wings for our plane that's going on the landing strip. I think now would be a good time to mention the poll I created before I took my break. You guys voted pretty overwhelmingly that you wanted the Mario and Luigi series, so this is what you're going to get. There'll obviously be other videos in between, but I do want to create all of these maps. Moving down to the bottom of the map, we have what looks to be some type of schoolhouse. On the roof, I want to give it some texture, so I'm going to create some shingles. On top of that, we have a little clock tower, and we also have a tiny little roof with some more shingles. Now that most of the main details are done, we are ready to get baked. Before making the rest of the details, I want to use some super glue and attach these pieces onto the map. And somehow I created these mushrooms without recording it, so here's some mushrooms. Now we need to create this center area, which is the castle. I have some pre-mixed gray clay from 10 months ago, but it's very dry and brittle now, so let's soften that up and we can create our castle. I gotta say, out of all the Mario maps I've created, this is the one that feels probably the least Mario. However, looking forward at the next maps, they give a little bit more of a Mario feel. This tiny little staircase was probably my favorite detail on this entire map. I don't know what it is, but staircases are just super fun to make. With everything in place, we can go into the oven for our final bake. After baking, there's nothing else we have to do, so here it is, the world map from Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. I hope you all enjoyed the video, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.